Okay guys, we're gonna look at tidying up our tail light here. I guess the first thing we need to do is get this bad boy off. I know these kits are pretty expensive. We've got some decent eBay options. I guess Amazon options out there, you know, pretty reasonable, 30, 40 bucks, but we've got some that are triple digit kits. I don't know, you know, we're gonna see what we can do, see if we can modify the existing part. Where there's a will, there's a way. So first thing first, we're gonna remove this from this beautiful baby here and get this on the bench and see what she looks like, see what we can't come up with. Okay guys, almost forgot, we're taking this off. We have got 1, 2, 3 5mm bolts. These are 5mm hex. If I can zoom in there. Word of advice, anytime you're using Allen heads here, hex head, whatever you want to call them, make sure they're fully seated. Wasn't paying attention on my first one here. Wasn't fully seated into the head, and it rounded off just a little bit. We'll be fine. Just whenever you use these, make sure you tap them in all the way and they're good and snug. All right, we're gonna finish taking this off. Okay. See what we got. Okay, no success yet. Almost got it off. I was hoping there'd be a wire connector here. I can't tell if that's a wire. It doesn't look like one, but it looks like it might be a little more promising. Looks like we've got this insert here. Looks like it pops in, but don't pry this out, guys. Gotta look around, make sure you see your fastener. See, look, we've got two more bolts right here. Same 5mm Allen head. So we're gonna get them out and see what else we got. Okay guys, it turns out, got to look in here. Pulling with this backside, couldn't quite get it off yet. We're gonna wait till we get it on the bench. And I was looking here, turns out we do have a connector up in here. So next we needed to take our fender off. Need our handy dandy 6mm. And then we'll take off our 4 bolts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not lose your spacers. If you guys take them off, get them mixed up, you got 2 here. You've got a wide silver one and then a narrow black one. This black one goes in the rear and the wider silver one goes up front. After you get these 4 off, you can pop the seat off and flip our fender up here, and now we can get to our connector. We're gonna undo this and then get our tail light section here on the bench and see what we can do with it. Okay guys, we got the important piece off here. Once we got our fender off here, actually we just had to, this did a nice little swivel, but once we just popped these 2 guys here off for our side covers, these popped right off. So got our fender off. That made it very easy to pull back our cover, unplug our license plate light. Don't forget, if you leave things laying around, you got dogs like I do, don't leave stuff where they can chew it up. So definitely don't leave your seat laying around. You will be pissed if you come back and you see styrofoam everywhere. I've had more than one seat chewed up by a dog. But anyways, let's see. Got this guy off here. This right here is the important part. We're gonna work with this, and I got it backwards. We're gonna work with this, and of course that's what mounts there. Dug around. I think I'm zoomed in here. Let's see. Dug around. I got some scrap. I got an idea here. Got this old, I've been picking these up, guys, for little projects. Steel is so high right now, and man, you can find these. You can ride down a dirt road and see 2 or 3 of these laying in the ditch, man. But anywho, I was looking at this, and we got to get it down. I'm looking here. That's gonna be pretty nice right there. So yeah, so we're gonna get that mount to the base of the bike, and then we're gonna get another angle down because we have to get it a little lower, about right here. So we're gonna cut this bad boy off, cut us a piece of this angle, get her lowered down, because if we go back to the bike, let me show you what we're working with. So we've got our mounts right here, which I'm probably gonna need to cut these out or make some kind of spacers. But anywho, if we're right there, it's gonna cover. See, we got to get it down just a little bit, just a little bit. I think that's gonna be enough. Anywho, I'm gonna get this guy cut off. I'm gonna get this little piece cut off here and get her. Oh yeah, sorry about the mess here. We're remodeling the kitchen. It's gonna take us like a month, and we just started like yesterday. So, woohoo! So we're out here late night trying to get some content for you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna get that cut up. We'll be back and see what we're working with. Okay, guys, this is what I got so far. I've got some spacers here, and actually, I looked up on this bed rail. These slots were actually right where they need to be here. Got these spacers here. I part out a bunch of 4-wheelers and 3-wheelers, so I've got a bunch of random stuff laying around, and this actually came off of a front fender off of an 85 250SX 3-wheeler. But you can use anything as a spacer. I would use, let's say if you didn't have something like this, I would use a nut and a washer, probably maybe a 3/8, maybe 2 3/8 nuts, and then a larger washer. That way we sandwich our plastic here to get it snugged back up. So I'm gonna get this mounted back up, show you what it looks like, and show you what we gotta do next. Man, that actually worked out a whole lot better than I thought it would, guys. Let's see if I can grab a tape measure real quick. I got one laying here. Because this is actually, man, I'm actually digging this, guys. I think the key here is to get this spacer. Let's see what we're working with so far. We've got, it's about a 2-inch angle by, it's about 1 5/8 inches. Let's see, top width is about 4. Yeah, it's about 4 inches. Probably wouldn't hurt to go a little narrower, because it's kind of, you can see right here, it's kind of tapered. So with the spacer that I've got, is just the right height that the taper doesn't bother me. You can see here. So if I'm not going to use the spacer, then this would take my plate and move it out, which we'll see what it looks like. I might wind up doing that and just grinding this to a taper so it'll fit flush in here, but I'm gonna roll with what we got to keep it simple. So I'll have to measure that when I get it out. That's gotta be, man, what, 3/4 inch? But that sucker's pretty solid. Let's see, where'd my plate go? Actually, what we're gonna do next, shoot, man, that actually, man, that's gonna be sweet right there. That's gonna be sweet. All right, we got our plate where it did. We're also, man, we're gonna retain our light. So we took this off of, man, where did that damn bracket go? So we've got our old bracket here, and this just screwed in. Well, actually it was bolted here, okay guys? All I needed was a Phillips head screwdriver to get it off. So what we're gonna do, this might be interesting, because I'm gonna have to drill a hole big enough Yeah. I don't feel like cutting and splicing. We might just cut a hole big enough to slide that through, or I dropped it. But either way, this is what we're going to do next. So we're going to utilize one hole, probably this hole right here, to get this in. And then we're going to drill us out a hole to get a harness through. And then we got to drill one more hole so we can retain our light. That way we don't get pulled over. So we go find some bits and a driver, and then we'll get this rolling and mounted up. Okay guys, this is what we got. And this is actually, man, this is turning out to be a hell of a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. So instead of drilling a hole for the plug, since we have to go right up through this hole that's in the center of where my little bracket here is gonna mount, I just hit it with a grinder. Hit it with a grinder on the angle, on the corner there, and just grind it out. I might go a little bit further on this side here, just so it's not so tight. These screws here are 5/32. So how this will look, we'll get this up. So we'll pull that up through there. Boop. So this is how this is looking. It's gonna go there, and then we're still gonna have our factory light, which is not gonna blind anybody. And it's gonna go right there. Now, since I took this off, let's give you guys, I'm gonna check these spacers here. These spacers look to be 1/2 inch. Yeah, 1/2 inch spacers. And then again, for good measure, my bracket here is 4 inches wide. But just remember, depending on how you want it to set, and you might have to taper this off here on these corners, because it tapers here and it tapers here. So we got 4 inches there. I mean, you could actually just use a 4x4. Then we've got, I guess the important measurements here is, I can't do this with one hand. We've got about 1.5 inches by 2 inches, a sweet spot, guys. 2-inch drop. And then depending on your spacers, of course, is how you want to run your top part here. So and then I'm thinking, man, instead of putting a bracket there, I think I'm just gonna cut some holes in this and just let that be. We'll see. This video is starting to be too long, but guys, man, we're making a tail tidy kit literally out of scrap junk. And this is, it's just a freaking flipping piece of angle, guys. A piece of angle and some spacers. And then of course, we're gonna have to come back. We're gonna have this bolt right here. There's not gonna be nothing there, so we're gonna need to get a nice little washer and get that plumb to where it's snug. So yeah, I'm gonna get my plate mounted, and then we're gonna get this mounted back to the bike. I'm gonna get it plugged in, and we'll see what she looks like, guys. Be right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I present to you the world's cheapest tail tidy kit. Man, let me back up. That is pretty sweet, I have to say. All it took was a piece of angle, guys. Wow. And we got our factory LED. And she's clears the muffler. We don't have to worry about no exhaust getting out there. Man, I might have to make these and sell these to you guys for about, what, 20 bucks? What, $5 shipping? I could probably ship it for like $2-3. No, I'm kidding. Look at that. Man, that came off of a bed rail. No, perfect. So we had to drill 5/32 hole here. And of course we had to drill a hole big enough for a bolt to get in. daughter plate, which isn't going nowhere. And then of course we've got some extra wire here, which we'll just, roll and tidy. Roll and tidy. So there we go. Man, I love it. Look at that. Whew. All right, guys. Stay tuned for, stay tuned. I will, next video, I'll get this, it's been a long night. Got to go in and finish remodeling that kitchen. But I'm going to get this off. Next video, we'll have this cleaned up, get it painted up, looking real nice. And we'll give you a clean shop. But we're going to go ahead and get it posted up, get this content to you guys. And, man, keep on riding. Rock on.